Hello friends, welcome back to Frosty Faustings XII, live from Chicago. My name is Clage, I'm here with my brother, Sammy Fish. Good to see you, good sir.
I'm looking forward to it. Xrd singles finally start. If you know a little bit about this tournament, you know that Guilty Gear is near and dear to the people who make this tournament happen each and every year. And I am proud to say that we are going to start it off strong.
That's right. This is the main event. This is what Frosty Faustings is all about. This is why it exists. This is the first Guilty Gear major of the new decade. If you walk out of here with that first place prize money, you can own that. You'd be like, I won the first major of the decade. And it's going to be a big year for anime games, Guilty Gear in particular, so you want to start the year off strong.
Absolutely, and this is what the Midwest is all about. It's always been a Guilty Gear Central in the United States. This has just been always one of the most dominant scenes, one of the most historic scenes. We have to talk about it each and every year because this scene has done so much for what Guilty Gear is now and held it together for so long. Not only through Frosty Faustings, but just through the sheer amount of top-level play that has come out. The players that have been named to be some of the U.S. best have all come from here. So, I mean, it's just, when you come back to the Midwest to watch some Guilty Gear, you feel like you're just creating history all over again.
Yeah, no, it's been here for a long time. This is where I live. This is where I played Guilty Gear for 18 years. Ow, my head. That hurt a little bit. It's just... There's just something about Midwest tournaments in general, you know, like Chicago prides itself on running stuff on time. You get your bracket going, there's no time wasted. And it's about the players. These tournaments are set up to make the players have fun, have a good time, and show who's the best at what they do. So it is time. The main event of Frosty Faustings XII is starting right now. Guilty Gear Xrd singles. We're to start off with Skull Show taking on LHBA Netplay Abuse. Raven versus Leo matchup. Right out the bat, Netplay Abuse. Going to break some ankles, crossover to get the action started.
Yeah, this is kind of an interesting matchup because Perry actually just works out so well versus Raven. You really can't use it in neutral. He has to focus for the knockdown, so he almost stays on the ground much more often than Raven normally likes to do. Sick
dash through there, though, by Sho. I really like going through the projectile, taking advantage of that invulnerability on Raven's dash. Opens him up with the late overhead. Where's the mix going to be? All right, good patience. Nice. Sweep. Get out of there from Netplay Abuse. He goes up, grips him. Where's he going to be? Breaks some ankles again.
Very nice.
Baits the burst. That's rough. This should be enough.
If not, we got the RC, 5D, continue the combo. That's going to be the first round of Netplay Abuse.
Yeah, very nice there. Good patience. Baited out the burst. That's a big win. You bait a burst, you take the round, go up 1-0. That's how you want to start your first match here in singles.
Absolutely.
Gets over the projectile. A little bit of a scramble there. Netplay Abuse waiting his turn. Gets caught by the air claw. So we go next.
There you go. And you see, as soon as Netplay Abuse got the chance, he doesn't go into the back turn because it just negates so much of Raven's gameplay in neutral.
Nice pickup here, though, by Sho. That was really good. Right, catch him. Nice jump out of the command grab, though. Forward punch to keep him held, but gets swept again. All right, comes that pressure. Once Leo's on top, it's hard to get him off, but nice poke out. Gets the anti-air. All right, gonna try and jump over. Gets anti-aired again. All right.
Knockdown.
Third time. Yep. Just cross over. Don't stop doing it. If they aren't going to block it, you have no reason to stop. Netplay Abuse looking to take this first game. All right, looking around. So goes for the super. It whiffs.
Just outside of range, unfortunately. That's going to be the first game in Netplay Abuse.
And we're apparently on 2 or 3.
3 out of 5s? Yeah.
Whoopsies.
We're doing this Mikado style? I'm all for it.
Well then, I'm going to get a more comfy chair because we're going to be here for about, the next 20 billion hours.
No, we're changing the tournament for it's one game, single elimination, but it's 3 out of 5 rounds.
Oh, man.
Mikado arcade style.
There we go. Sorry, Bozak. Changing it on the fly, buddy.
Bozak knows. Yeah. He lived in Japan long enough to know how that match
I think we could get approval on this.
I would love that.
I think he'd be all about it. All right. So game 1 to Netplay Abuse. Going into the second game here, we'll see if Sho can make some adjustments.
Whoever caught that was really good. I was like watching the game and I was like, I feel like the game should be ending, but none of the game-ending things are happening.
You weren't getting the game-ending cinematics. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I looked up, I'm like, oh, there's a round tick left. All right, Sho with a nice start here, kind of keeping Netplay Abuse pinned down. Already got him to whip his burst. Nice anti-air stand kick. Yep, full combo.
There you go. Get some excite levels early on so you can do a little bit more damage. Oh.
Baited the sweep, did not bait the flash kick afterwards. I mean, you got your move that's punishable block. Why not just let another one rip? If it don't work, it don't work. Show with a dominating life lead here, but Raven notorious for not having a lot of guts. And if Leo gets a hold of him in Hellfire, it's not going to happen. Don't got to worry about it. Show closes that out, takes the first round of game 2.
Yeah, this is kind of what you want to see from Raven in this matchup, because in neutral it's kind of rough because of that parry. But once you get the knockdown, you can really run over him.
Yeah.
I mean, the DP is just so scary to use versus him, so
absolutely.
You really want to get him into that that vortex over and over again. But just jump in, so standard jumping from Show.
Yep. Nice burst there from Show. That was going to be a lot of damage. Gets him out of the Leo pressure. All right, going to wire C needle, go on in. Goes for the grab, but gets swept. All right, pokes him out. Very nice. Both players showing a lot of patience there, kind of waiting their turn. And eventually, Show with the grip should get a full knockdown here. Opts not to put the needle on, wants to get that vortex out. All right, there you go. Catches him with the stand dust. Burst comes out. Yeah, dashes through again. Second time he's done that this set. Should get a nice chunk of damage here.
Yeah, in a great situation without that burst. Just have to worry about that excess meter. Uses it to YRC, gets some room behind him.
All right, there's the mix it's going to be. Doesn't cross over this time. Resets into the overhead. Stopped his combo. Might have been looking for one more.
Get up. That's going to be close. No. Drop the ender.
Down the corner. Jump the out. Oh. Let it rip.
I can't believe it.
That was, that took some stones.
All or nothing at that point.
Nope, bet it all. Net play abuse gets what he wants on that bet. Now is on set point.
Yeah, that's huge too, because now you're going to go into this round. You're going to get your burst back.
Yep. Do not get hit. Oh boy. Oh no.
Oh
boy.
No.
Yeah, no.
Not where you want to be versus Leo.
Yeah, this is a bad look. Gets counter hit again. Pushes himself out with the trade. Show gets a second life here by trading on that counter hit. That was going to be the end of it.
Yeah, that was really close to stun, so he got mad lucky there.
Yeah, absolutely. Gets countered, but not in range to get caught by it. Just did the bounce back there. Show's kind of stabilized here, so you can do anything. All right, counter hit, forces the burst out of net play abuse, dashes through again. Net play abuse, unlikely you get a burst back again in this round at this rate. So see if Show can try and close it out, push it to a third game.
In a good situation here, pin YRC gets the knockdown, gets the tech out of the air.
That back turn, back steps out, the spacing. Oh, ducks in the overhead, doesn't mash out. Rips him though.
Should be enough.
Oh, he drops it. Oh no.
Tried to reset the 5D, was a little bit too far.
Yep.
And Chip will do it.
Wow.
Did not faultless defense through it.
Yeah.
And Show's going to extend the game just one more longer.
Wow. That was definitely the end of round clutch, reclutch back. We've all been in those situations trying to find your stride. But right now, Show finds himself with another life. Just letting it rip again. Net play abuse is showing, if I think you're going to stand there, I'm going to let it go. Gets himself a little bit of a life lead. Show working his way out of the corner. Gets caught. Ooh, full confirmed. No. Might have been baiting a burst there. Unsure. All right. Looking for that reflect, doesn't get it. Nice anti-air on the crossover there by Show. There it is, yep.
Yeah, until one of them gets baited out, he's just going to keep doing it until, he gets punished for it, because
that's the thing about doing those far grinder ball mix-ups like that. Is he doesn't have time to make a jump save. It's just not going to work out. So if you see him commit to the air dash, you can go ahead and let that flash kick go and get yourself out of the mix-up.
That was a super late burst. I mean, if he loses this, he's going to put himself in a really bad position.
Yeah, that's a big bet. He does earn net play abuse's burst back, and now, if he can turn this all the way around, that's a massive shift in momentum.
Yeah, especially, he is extending this round just a little bit longer, burnt through most of the meter on flawless defense and got the chip. And the longer that you extend the round, earning burst back is also timing based as well as hit amount based. So
yeah, all in all, that was a risky burst Show did. Now he didn't win the round, but that situation could have been so much worse if he had earned net play abuse's burst and been able to rebuild some of his own. Gives himself a chance to turn this final game around in this set. So right now, net play abuse on top of him doing those layer pressure, gets the counter hit. Goes in with the jumping down kick. That's dangerous against a Leo in that position, but he gets away with it. Gets crossed over, though. Yeah, bad luck. Gets his burst back, but he's down to a minimal amount of life. Ops the burst. I like that burst. Just get out now. One more mix-up was going to be a real rough place to try and survive the rest of this round.
Well, I'm usually a big fan of that burst, just because it doesn't put you in that round-ending situation where all bursts are bad.
Gets caught by the jump-in, though. Doesn't that play abuse have enough? Not enough meter to RC. Tries to OTG. Just misses the fatal blow. Just trying to get that last bit of health out. Waiting his turn, being patient. Jumps over the needle YRC.
Yeah.
And the crossover, yep.
That will do it. Net play abuse is going to take it 2-1. Could have fell out of his hands, but picked it up at the last moment.
Yeah, just the damage disparity kind of came in towards the end of that matchup. Raven is a control-based character. He wants to put you in mix-ups that hold you really close to the vest, lets him do what he wants to do, maintain control of offense and neutral. But he can't do a grip of damage on you unless he has a ton of excitement meter and has very specific starters. Leo doesn't. It's like, I hit you with something? Cool, I'll take my 50%.
Right.
Like, party time. So
yeah, and as mentioned before, neutral kind of difficult once he goes into back turn because just parry beats literally everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so hard to. How many times do you see a Leo player put up the parry shield, completely baited, whip, nothing happens, and then they're just like, cool, do it again.
Parry again, yeah.
Yep. And then the second one connects, and you're just like, yeah, we've all done it. We've all swung into it.
Yeah, as soon as you go back turn, you can't even parry, or you can't even pin YRC to approach him.
No.
Like, there's just no answer. So it is a rough matchup, but it's one of those things where it's like you just have to take your momentum and roll with it as a Raven player. Otherwise, you're just going to get rolled over yourself.
Yeah, you're relying a lot on as we saw Show doing the dash through of the projectile to try and deter that sort of neutral control. The one thing I would have liked to see a little bit more is, of course, Raven's most infamous poke, crouching catch.
Right.
Which, slows down a lot of the rush-in that Leo likes to do. Kind of has to force himself to approach from the air where you can start trying to anti-air him. But, as always, easier said than done, especially against a character that can maul you like Leo.
Absolutely. So we got Miss versus Page 1 coming up. We got a Sin versus Soul.
Oh, do you like heavy-hitting big damage?
Yeah, please don't get counter hit is the name of the game.
Yeah. Of course, both these characters notorious for cranking the guard meter, big counter hits for massive amounts of damage. Sin, of course, plays that strong neutral game, holds the zone with Beak Driver, goes in with Elk Hunt when needed. Soul's, of course, the classic, I make you scared and you do something wrong, and then you die.
Right.
Arguably some of the best frame traps in the entire game, and of course, the fear of wild throw forces people to make poor decisions. Next thing you know, should have just taken that wild throw.
Sometimes that is the case, certainly. But, the good thing about this matchup is that Sin does have ways to keep Soul out.
Absolutely.
Far S, Beak Driver, 6P are all fantastic options.
Crouching Slash from Sin is an amazing poke in this matchup because it stalls out Fafnir, which is super important in a ground-based matchup.
Right.
Just like that. Yep, see the poke back. Going to get a nice confirm. Doesn't get the full damage there and actually fails to get a chance to eat, which puts Miss in a bad. Okay, gets the food out, able to find a little breathing room.
Yeah, you should see Page 1 try to punish that. That is one of the bad situations that Sin can put themselves in.
Got the jump dust, too far away for the connection, though. All right, nice poke down. Ooh, he went for the RC, didn't have any meter for it either. Yeah. That's a dangerous eat. Ooh, bull bash into eat, all right. But he is going to get full confirmed for this. Opt to use his burst there. Be patient. Is the wild throw. There it is. How many ticks until it happens?
You have to sit. When you see that many 2Ps in a block string, you have to expect it.
Yep. Page 1 gets the full damage off that wild throw. Elk Hunt reversal. The iterate check. Oh, that's a drop there. That was rough.
Like a mixed Bandit Bringer.
Yeah, no. Page 1 definitely had enough to finish the job there. Going to have to make up for his mistake. And he does. Getting the gun flame, beating out the tech. Page 1 takes round 1 in his first game.
All or nothing.
Adjustments Miz has on deck. All right, counter hit Elk Hunt, takes his food.
Yeah, this time gets a pretty. I think that the eats from last round kind of ate this alive a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Tried for a gold burst, it gets baited, so no full stock of meter for Miz. Does wait out far enough to make that wild throw with. Gets himself a little bit of space here. Okay, they're looking for the stuff again. I like that backdash there from Miz. You know Page 1's probably looking for another wild throw. Wow, dangerous place to eat. Gets away with it. Does it again.
It's just spending a tremendous amount of meter on Eat YRC.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, Eat YRC was changed in this version. You have to let the whole thing happen. You do not get the full amount of food meter.
Yeah, and when you use that much meter, you lose a lot of offensive prowess with this character.
Page 1 had another surefire kill there. Dropped it again, giving Miz extra lives, but makes up for it. Takes the first game, 2-0.
Yeah, you really want to use your meter as Sind to extend your combos, give you better mix-ups, give you the ability to confirm off things you normally wouldn't, and then you want your eat mechanic to flow within your own gameplay.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, we see here, you know, somewhere around here is the one and only Kizzy K, who has really perfected this sort of style.
Yep. Both players sweep to start the round. I respect it. Miss does earn the corner pretty early. Page 1 fights his way back out, gets a counter hit forward punch. That's going to be really good damage for the knockdown.
It's confirmed as well with the IED combo.
Miz gets out with the DP, canceled into Elk Hunt. Yeah. That time able to get the food, doesn't use the YRC, saves some of his meter. I'd like to see some more of that crouching slash from Miz, slow down that Fafner pressure. But right now, does earn Page 1's burst, goes Voltic game right in front of Gunflame. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Takes his turn to eat, yep.
Free eat.
Right, does he get the combo this time? Nope, still a little too slow. Lets it rip,
Oh,
but no punish. Oof. That's tough for Miz, and he gets ripped for his troubles. Does the burst save combo, yep.
Yes.
Right.
Does have meter to work with. RC try to meaty Gunflame, get that angle to respond. Boy, he tried to chase down with the 6P.
Could have OTG'd for the finish, doesn't get it. See if Miz can capitalize on this. Double eat, trying to give himself some resources. Counter hits the Grand Viper with Elk Hunt, and Miz catches it pushing buttons on forward heavy. All right. Once again, Page 1 finally punished for one of those failures to end in a fatal combo.
Right.
And now Miz, with a little bit of life, has his first round in this set. Right. Gets the jump, does full confirm. Yes, he does. We have Beak Driver loops in the air. Goes into RTL, trying to get the knockdown, but too far away. I was wondering if there was enough time for that. Unfortunately, a waste of meter. But Miz with a healthy life lead, but no life lead is all that safe against that guy. Opts to burst there. A little bit of a dangerous burst. Gets away with it, though. All right, Elk Hunts gets himself some space. Forcing Page 1 back to the corner. Oh, counter hit forward punch again. Drops his combo this time, though.
Yeah, it's not an easy combo.
No, it is not at all. You have to do a super jump instant air dash. Catches him with stand.
That was pretty sick. I like that.
Page 1 has to burst to keep himself alive, but he has that magic pixel. Can he run it all the way back? Catches another counter hit. All right. Oh, another drop there.
Yeah, that's a big drop, especially with the meter that he had left, and that's going to do it.
The
Page
old reliable.
Yep.
I'm not sure what I should do, but I'm playing Sin. I think I'll Beak Driver. Good choice, sir. That ties it up 1-1. We are going to a final game here between Miz and Page 1. We've seen a little bit of adjustment out of Miz. Page 1 getting punished for those big drops late in the round. See if he can make good on that. All right, there's that use of full range crouching slash. That is a dangerous trade, but the knockdown on Elk Hunt lets him get away with it. But now Miz doing the dust loops. Opts not to Gunflame there, kind of interesting against Sin.
Yeah, usually you see like the DP or Gunflame ender there to get some OP or damage.
Yeah.
See either. Maybe just a brain fart in all honesty. Oh, boy.
Yep, that's going to be a big damage. Miz probably not going to use his burst here, down almost 80%. All right, does have a dead angle though, no reason not to use that meter to try and save life, but Grand Viper from 3/4 screen.
With 50% meter, was not too afraid.
No, not at all. Good way to get in. You catch them sleeping, not blocking their feet, and that puts Page 1 on set point. He is going to draw first blood, but gets reversal. Back and forth we go. Crossover with jump kick. Very nice for Page 1. He's waiting his turn. Oh, whips on Beak Driver and gets Fafner. All right, counter hit Elk Hunt, takes his food option. Fine neutral. All right, Beak Driver to immediate Roman cancel. Gets bursted though. All right, Vulture sees for the max damage. Backwards we go. If it hits, it still counts. Doesn't matter which way you're going. Another counter hit forward punch though. Might have been an option select since that beat the crossover. Is with a little bit of a life lead here. But oh, that'll work. The most brutal starter in the game. You do not want to get hit by Bull Bash. That's a bad time.
Bull Bash, yeah.
That is a good way for a life bar to evaporate. And now we go to a final game, final round.
I do like it though. You see a lot of air approach from Page 1, a lot of Bandit Bringers. lot of air dash forward. So if we get Miz to catch one more, it definitely could end the round.
Yeah, it's definitely part of the guessing game in this matchup is how Soul wants to get through Sin's gigantic moves. But right now, Page 1 with a really healthy life lead and a full bar of meter to work with. Waiting his turn here. Gunflame YRC to gain it. Bob, jump back Vulture Seas. Interesting, and it works out. But Miz gets caught. First is not baited, though. Miz with no more options gets counter hit Gunflame. This should be enough, and it is. Page 1 going to take it 2-1. And a really close set, back and forth, as you would expect from a bad guy Sin matchup. Pretty classic there.
Yeah. Pretty fun. The matchup is pretty difficult, I think, in terms of pace. You both try to really control the pace back and forth constantly. Sin wants to keep big buttons and constantly get you to run into stuff. Soul wants to keep you knocked down and run the game over and over again. Yeah. And I mean, most notably, we've seen that matchup from likes of like Kizzy K and Deb.
Yeah, absolutely.
We played that matchup very, very slow, actually, and it's because the pace that both can set is really frightening.
Yeah. Again, there's kind of a weird guessing game that goes on where Beak Driver controls all this space, but then Soul has access to things like Bandit Bringer to go over it or Grand Viper to go under it. They're risky, but the payoff is massive. Sin also kind of does the same thing. He can throw out Crouching Slash to beat Fafnir. He can do a ballsy Elk Hunt, try and get that counter hit. Counter hit Elk Hunt, something I would have liked to see Miz confirm a few more. That's one of one of Sin's most difficult things to get used to is recognizing counter hit Elk Hunt, getting maximum damage off of it. So we're going to move on here. Moving over into the Wave D pools. We're going to have GPS versus Adovas Quote.
Got May versus Venom?
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. I've seen a lot of Venom today already, actually.
I've seen a bit of May as well.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things I was complaining about, I think, all of last year is this character just does an absurd amount of damage, and yet we see so little of her. I think she's amazing. I think she's a great character, but, you know, vastly different from her AC days. So maybe, you know, I feel like a lot of old school May players might have not liked the changes.
Yeah, the change from a strike base, you know, kind of frame trappy character to a more Oki based character.
Yeah.
Definitely threw a lot of people off, but you're not wrong. May is a very strong character in this game. So is Venom, though, and we've seen a lot of what Venom can do at this tournament in the past.
Yeah, I mean, notably, there's a few great Venom players at this tournament right now.
Absolutely.
Likes of, you know, most famously for the Chicago scene, Black Snake, and we also got Ryan Hart and Peppery Splash, all here in attendance.
Yeah, absolutely. Really strong Venom players all around. And right now, Adovas Quote showing you what this character can do with that oppressive pressure. Doesn't really give GPS a chance to breathe. Takes pretty dominating round one.
Yeah, that's one of the few things you want to start off early as a Venom player, especially in pools. See if they can deal with Carcass Raid, especially S Carcass Rage, which is +9 at worst.
Yeah.
And so if you don't know how to deal with that, that's a really easy way for Venom to constantly reset his pressure.
Yeah, Venom, one of the best characters in Xrd of just performing basic litmus tests against your opponent. You have Carcass Raid, you have Forward Punch. If they can't deal with those two moves, you've won. The set is over.
Absolutely.
So you start with those, and then you can add the rest of your layers on as needed. But those two moves alone allow Venom to kind of get a baseline for how the matchup's going to play out.
However, if GPS ever gets a chance to actually run some Oki, Venom's defense is pretty poor.
That was 3 hits, and that was, you know, a casual 40%.
Oh!
Swings into the blitz, though.
The second one did the trick.
Yep.
Missed the second IED. Typical combo.
All right, I like that dead angle, try and regain momentum. All right, there's our first run-up command grab from GPS. Should get full damage off this. Yes, he will.
Yeah, and Senga hits fully in the corner. Wire receiver pressure, dead angle perfectly timed.
Yeah, very nice from Quote. Gets himself out of trouble. Nice, goes up and air grips him, though. GPS turns around that first round, ties this first game up at a round apiece. Right, nice max range sweep into confirmed there. Really good spacing for GPS. Quote back on that Venom pressure. Ooh, whiffs the burst though. That's a rough spot.
Yeah, especially for a character like Venom with no defensive options without meter. That's a huge resource to lose.
Yeah, absolutely. Venom's defensive options are all based around the generic resources that Guilty Gear has. Meter and the burst meter, and now he has but neither of those options available.
Yeah.
Gets hit. Beach Ball's going to give a full confirm as well. Good lord, the damage off that.
RC trying to extend the combo.
Do we have enough for the OTG?
Yes, very smart.
Wow, beautiful resource usage there out of GPS. Recognizes there might be just enough with full meter usage and gets the kill on it. Nice turnaround after that first round there from GPS.
Yeah, it felt like it was pretty dominant to one side or another, but GPS was just kind of knew that this character kind of falters as soon as you put some pressure on him.
Yeah, that is the price you pay for playing Venom. He can control any level of the screen, and he has oppressive pressure, but once you are up in his face, his options are beyond limited. As we said, has to use burst or dead angle to escape. Does finally get out, but at a 90% life disadvantage. Going to be a tough haul here for Adelboss Quote to try and run this all the way back, and gets caught, and suddenly GPS on set point.
Yeah, 3 rounds in a row, you can feel the momentum shift towards his direction. Quote really needs to keep Mei down on her butt for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because the neutral is becoming really impressive and difficult for Quote.
Yeah, just hasn't quite found that spacing where you can swat her out of the air with forward punch or get some ball formation set up to try and control his share of the screen. Instead, going to get hit by a Dolphin. Solid damage there into the mix-up. Which way is it going to be? Just kind of has to hold this for now. Jumps out and gets counter-hit. Dolphin. That's going to hurt.
Oh. All right, Senga taking him all the way to the corner.
Yep.
Nice jump out. Takes the corner pressure. Just needs to get the opportunity to set up like he does right here.
All right. What can he do with it? Gets pushed out, though, and gets caught by the sweep. Went for the burst bait on the Roman cancel, but it's actually too far. Crossed up GPS. But Quote down to no burst and almost no life. Gonna have to make a miracle out of this now. Ooh, forward punch doesn't get through. I like the idea. All right. Quote earns the burst. Can he do anything now with this spacing? Right now, GPS just looking to chip out with a single Dolphin hit, something that ends the round.
Yeah, he spent so much faultless just avoiding that chip.
Yeah. Quote has almost no meter and literally no life. Any chip damage will end this instantly. Oh, counter hit jump dust. All right.
Should have got a little bit more, but...
And far slash, finally. Gets GPS the victory. He takes this set 2-0.
Yeah, that matchup in particular, it feels like is really difficult once you get your butt knocked down, because it's almost like Venom playing against Venom themselves. Like, you just put a bunch of stuff on top of you, and then you just eat a bunch of damage.
Yeah.
And yeah, with a character like Venom that really needs to be offensive oriented and needs to set balls around. If that character can never get a knockdown and set balls, it just feels so weak.
Yeah, it's one of those situations. Step one for Venom in that matchup has to be put a ball, even if it's just clear across the screen, because it at least gives you a teleport option to try and, if you're being pushed towards the corner, if you get in the corner and then there's the gap where you can FD out, create a little space, because at that point you just want to reset. You just want to get back to neutral, because when Mei's on top of a character like Venom, that's her show. She gets to run her game. She gets to kind of do whatever she wants. She can jump at him with impunity, because while Venom has arguably the best anti-air in the game and forward punch, if you whiff it, Mei kills you. That's a risky proposition to get out with.
I mean, you know, on the flip side, Mei has some of the best air normals in the entire game. Some of the most downward hitting air normals that reward you the best. So, I mean, it goes both ways. We got the next game coming up for us. Game Genie versus Swirly.
Moving forward here with more Pool D action. I remember Game Genie. I can't remember who he plays, but I do remember a few matches from him last year at Faustings. Swirly, I don't know that I've ever seen. So, always cool to see a new. Oh, we have a Heian. All right, all right. We're in my world. That's right. Sure. Okay. So this is a matchup I have a little bit of knowledge about.
I was about to ask.
This matchup is it's Jackassery. There's no other way to describe this matchup. A lot of weird things are going to happen in this. If Heian has 50% meter, Leo cannot go into back turn ever on Hoken, because all Heian has to do is reversal clap, look and see if the shield came out. If it did, hold it slightly, then punish the shield. If it didn't, well, you can't block in back turn, so you just got clapped. So Game Genie running that Leo or that Heian mix-up, catches the sweep, going to put him back into the ball vortex. Nice defense there out of Swirly, but goes for the overhead, gets it. All right, finally gets poked out. Let's see what Swirly Blast says to offer. Nice defense, pokes out. Of course, Heian's crouching jab, 4 frames, reaches absurdly far for a normal of that range.
Yeah, definitely one of the best 2Ps in the game, if not the best.
Yeah, it's Renda cancelable. You just smash it, could get your confirmed, could get a free knockdown off of it. As a Heian player, we hit that button. We hit it a lot.
Mostly.
Yeah, absolutely. But this time, Swirly Glasses earns the corner and see if he can do anything with it. Waiting his turn. 5 heavy, catches out. Just kind of got the guard gauge flashing. There we go. It does earn Game Genie's burst. Had a couple chances to run a little bit of that Leo mix-up. That's kind of waited his turn, but now has a really healthy life lead. A little late on the crossover, though, and gets gripped for his trouble. There's the mix-up. Goes for the reset into a dust.
Yeah, and it was blocked, but that 5D is plus frame.
Absolutely. One of the only plus frame dusts in the entire game. Nice. Grabs him out. That's something you have to call Leo players out on. You cannot let them just dash through you. You have to throw them out of it. Swirly now looking for that last mix-up. Gets another knockdown. Where will the mix-up be? Goes for the late air dash. Good defense out of Game Genie so far. Waiting his turn. But that guard gauge is flashing, which is pretty irrelevant when you're down to your magic pixel, but the flash kick. Swirly turns this around, takes the second round.
Yeah, good pressure in the corner. Unfortunately, Game Genie had to spend a lot of meter on faultless defense just to try to combat any of the offensive pressure that Leo was using, so didn't get to use any of it for supers.
Starting to see Swirly Glasses use those long-range grounded Leo numbers, which are excellent against Heian. Wow, lets the regular kick whip or go through. Gets a little space. All right. Wire C the projectile, but now Swirly back in, breaks his ankles, goes across the other side. Ooh, here we go. Oof. Oh, that could have been.
I thought we were seeing some food combos.
Yeah, no, there was about to be some pretty massive damage there. There you go. Calls him out for trying to re-dash over. Where the mix-up be? Fortunately, leaves that little gap and gets thrown. And here's what I'm talking about. Did he confirm it? Yes, he did. The shield was not up. Clap, get off of me. Ain't got time for this mess. Oh, that could have been the full combo. That should have been a kill there for Game Genie, but instead doesn't confirm it. It's now on his last legs. Gets dust. This should put it down. Swirly Glasses takes round one.
the thumb up. Yeah.
Yeah, I did the thing.
Yeah, good stuff. It does feel like Game Genie maybe dropped it a little bit there towards the end, but I mean, Swirly Glasses is definitely finding the confidence in this match.
Yeah, something I'd like to see Game Genie do. Okay, counter hit Shinkin is a good thing to do.
Oh,
and the burst.
No!
Yeah, no, you can't burst there. Oh. Wow, go for the full thing. And no tech. Doesn't pull him down far enough to get behind though.
Still a good chunk of damage. That's a completely empty burst meter.
Yeah.
So up to Swirly Glasses to make it up in this situation.
And so far, every time Swirly Glasses has gone into that back turn mix-up, he's just doing the low, the standing kick, and Game Genie's ate it every single time. All right, pokes out. Oh, doesn't get his knockdown, though. That's a big drop. Yeah, a lot of momentum just lost there. Running low on meter. Not a lot of options, could get chipped out. Nice backdash, creates a little space, but gets hit by the projectile. Now Swirly Glasses on set point.
Yeah, definitely feel that confidence going through the play.
Okay, counter hit forward heavy, gonna get the full combo. Yes, we will. Can he get the pickup into the knockdown? He can, very nice. Not an easy link to hit there after that, but then gets flash kick for his trouble. All right, air Hayabusa, earns him out of the corner. Does the side switch, wants to try and put Swirly Glasses back. Jump back. Okay, spacing with air Hayabusa. Oh, wait for the crouching kick into crouching heavy. He didn't get it. Bud does get a throw. Puts him in that mix-up. Goes for the immediate overhead. Doesn't get it. Yeah. Gotta YRC that. That is a big flashing sign that says needs reversal if you charge red Hayabusa like that. Again, does get that full confirm. Nice for Game Genie there. All right. Has him down last hit. Oh, misses the confirm again, but gets the sweep. Staves off elimination there.
Yeah, a little bit better from Game Genie. A lot more active in terms of button pressing, but just dropping some combos that would make your life a lot easier.
Heian lives and dies off confirming your counter hits. When you get a counter hit, especially a Hayabusa, you have to make the most of it. Absolutely have to make the most of it. That's at worst a free knockdown and at best a solid chunk of damage to go with it.
This character is almost entirely combo confirmed.
Yes.
Like, whether it is for the knockdown or for the huge damage, if you cannot do that, then you are losing a significant amount of this character's strength.
Swirly Glasses right now just kind of running old school day one Leo mix-up with the pressure, but finally Game Genie gets a little bit of breathing room.
I like that burst too, trying to keep the offensive pressure, but
now he's in the corner, eats the mix-up, doesn't get the full confirm though. Again, you have to make the most of those. You have another chance for a knockdown, but doesn't go for sweep this time. All right, gets knocked down with their Hayabusa, gets reversaled, and Swirly Glasses takes it 2-0. Just a little bit of adjustment. Heian is a difficult character to play.
Absolutely.
I know, because I'm terrible, and I've continued playing this character against my better judgment. And the thing about Heian is you commit to, I have to have my confirms. If I'm not, if you can't confirm with Heian, you are playing the wrong character.
This is a character that lives and dies by just getting the most out of everything, because the most she gets out of everything is like unbelievable. The knockdown into the red tuner ball setup is fantastic. You know, the damage off of like an anti-air red kick is absurd. You have to be able to hit those sorts of things because those are the strengths of the character.
Yeah. Heian is played in a way where you know that your entire job is to kind of party. Like, your reward for your random counter hit, if you can hit the good stuff, is so much better than your opponent's. That's how you win. That's how Heian actually fights some of the stronger characters in the cast. Right, basically by just robbing them. Like, flat out robbing them by just eating their life bar.
You throw mud at the opponent, and you say, hey, throw mud back, I dare you. And then you throw more mud, and then you win.
Absolutely.
You just want to make it real. You want to make the match real dirty.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of those where it's like, if Aleo's going to dash at you, throw a Shinken out. Dare him to run his face into your foot and pay the price for it. But again, on the counterbalance, really good adjustment there from Swirly Glasses. He realized that Game Genie didn't really seem to have the answers for the basic Leo pressure and made him pay for it. So moving on next, we're going to have Sweet X Jam taking on myself. That is a commentator bait name if I've ever heard it.
We need to run it back.
Yeah,
if you start doing that stuff, I'm gonna find your government and start calling you by your government. And if you don't want that to happen, have a real handle, please. Thank you very much, myself. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So we're gonna roll with this, and every time we say myself, just understand it's not actually our myselves. It's his myself.
And we've got Sweet X Jam coming up. I mean, one of the premier Jam players, I would say, people that we look forward to at tournaments because. It's one of the few Jam players that has shown up to do good stuff at tournaments. I mean, one, we don't have too many of them, and two, I mean, we don't have too many of them doing good stuff at tournaments, getting top 48s, top 16s.
Exactly. Which is so strange because Jam's strong, very character, absolutely can maul people. But another strong character is, of course, Ino, the Okazeme queen at this point in Guilty Gear.
Oh yeah.
And you're seeing what it's all about. That big damage into the setup, what's it going to be? Sweet Jam does manage to jump out, but he's a massive life deficit right now. Going to have to run it back from a long distance into the corner, down to no life. Blocks the Dave. Okay, let's see what he can get out of this. Doesn't have a card, so this will not be a knockdown. Oh, I was wrong. He did have a card.
Excuse me. One card.
I was looking the wrong side of the screen.
He had the Geki card, though, and that just means that you're just going to get knocked down off your combos. I'd almost rather see him get a DP card.
Right.
But, you know, if it means he can keep rolling in this situation right here, get another knockdown.
Oh, he's going for it. He's going to try and end it right here. Doesn't have the meter, though.
There you go.
Yep. Works out. The jump in. That is a massive comeback there from Sweet Jam. Down almost 80%, runs it all the way back.
And that's why you get the Geki card. You get the Geki card so you can get the knockdown and reset into another Geki card, rinse and repeat until you beat the opponent.
Nice awareness there from Sweet X Jam. Hex the air throw, which is a rare situation. Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
You do not.
Oh, call the Amber Lamps.
Yep, no. Yeah. If there is one counter hit you do not want to eat from Jam, it's that one.
Yeah, and Sweet X Jam takes so much for it. 50% health and a burst.
Yep.
And still has a card to boot.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, catches him on the frame trap before it hitting. Wow, that was almost a ridiculous pickup.
Yeah, and actually only messed up the input because they were doing a 6H into a quarter forward input.
Yep. All right, so myself does earn the corner, though, with Ino, but probably looking for the jump dust there?
Yeah,
not sure.
Maybe.
Something that didn't come out quite right. Gets anti-air jab for it. It's a Sweet X Jam.
It is actually really hard to do that versus Jam because she does have a 3-frame standing jab. It's one of the fastest in the game. If short, yes, but incredibly fast.
Yeah, one of the only characters in the game blessed with one of those 3-frame normals, and those are a powerful tool when you have access to them.
At any range.
Yes. All right, catches him with tough ball. Nice blitz, baits out the re-blitz. Very good patience there from myself, but gets caught by the Geki. There we go, it becomes that jam pressure. Oh, catches him on the late Geki.
That was unexpected. Usually the instant air DP is the mix-up.
Absolutely. Wow, goes up, nice air throw there, grips him out. Did he bait this with a safe jump? He did, very nice. But that super is basically safe. It's nigh impossible to punish that super from Ino unless you have specific setups for it. All right, crosses over with the dash, crosses again, goes up, gets him with the air throw, and Sweet X Jam on match point already.
Yeah, pulling out those side switches, especially Jam as a character, a fantastic 2 out of 3 character because she just has enough little things like that to get you to slip up often enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Jam kind of plays in a similar fashion to Soul. Once you start getting those reads, you can put extra layers in that are so devastating to your opponent.
A little bit too far for that 5D combo. Yeah, didn't have a card for that knockdown, but chases down with the 6D. RC one more time.
Drops the combo, but a parry into the stun. Doesn't even need it, just going to blitz. Should be able to finish this off.
Yeah.
Yep.
That should be no problem.
Absolutely.
With Ino's defense, that is no big deal.
I really like the way Sweet X Jam played that. It's just, why would I let you breathe? You're Ino. If I let you breathe, that's a massive mistake. How about I maul you?
Yeah, and this character, she just has like a lot of little things that sort of make it difficult for you to make those reads in a 2 out of 3, right? H Puffball being plus on block is one of those things where it's like you don't ever expect them to do it because it has such a large startup and it's easy to, you know, hit people out of. But if you do it once, that is just one time you get extra free pressure, and that might be enough to take the round.
Yeah, absolutely. If a Jam smells a chance to just maul you, they'll maul you. You have to force them go, no, I know where the gaps are. I know where my chance to take my turn is. I'm going to take my turn. If you don't, you have basically thrown chum into the water with all the sharks.
And it's just one of those things where it's like the character is just absurdly fast to play, so you have to not only be prepared for all the different ways she's trying to steal a turn, but also be ready to punish it. Otherwise, you know, there's no reason for her to stop.
And speaking of all the different ways to play Guilty Gear, how about that character that just plays at every range on the screen in every situation with every tool you could ever ask for, except all the tools are guns?
Good lord, man. I remember Hotashi talking to me one time. I think it was at Anime Ascension last year. He really it was really eye-opening. He said, just imagine that this character is Dawson, but instead of just having set normals, this character just gets to have a normal everywhere. You pick where your normal is angled and headed. And that really put it in perspective for me. This character just doesn't have a range she can't reach.
No, L-Felt covers everywhere, and as we know, here in the U.S., there has been no better L-Felt than Lost Soul, and arguably no better Xrd player in the U.S. over the lifespan of this game. He has had the most consistent high-level finishes, has won his fair share of majors, and is just one of the best players at adjusting mid-match you will ever find, not just in Guilty Gear, just in games, period.
Right. And you know what's crazy, too, is that some of the people that we consider to be best Guilty Gear players in the United States right now, or North America, I should say in general, are all people who picked up Xrd.
Yep.
They're not legacy players, not from AC or the XX days, are people who started with Xrd, maybe Sign, maybe Rev, and just, man, they are dominant, absurdly dominant players like Lost Soul.
Right now, credit where credit is due to Wolfie here, holding his own in a matchup that is not particularly fun for Dizzy to fight.
Oh, absolutely not. I want to talk about poor defenses. This is one character that is a hallmark for it. All offense and nothing else.
Yeah, Dizzy notoriously has some very powerful normals. The range on like her stand jab and crouch jab is amazing, but she pays for the price for it by having them be some of the slowest normals in their category.
Yep.
Which is a big change from Dizzy's old style where she had very good normals that also had a lot of speed to them.
Yeah, this character much more, you know, Oki setup oriented or screen pollution oriented as opposed to her previous version, which was really about that like knockdown mix-up instead of strike throw.
I'm just gonna say this, I'm disgusted. Just pulled out the shotgun, stared at him, and was just like, grab?
There is nothing more frightening. There's nothing more frightening than full charge shotgun in your face and you haven't pressed a button yet.
It's probably the most real-to-life situation you can get in Guilty Gear. Hello, I have a shotgun 2 inches from your dome. What you gonna do?
Do it. You won't.
Yeah.
You won't press a button.
No.
You won't.
And if you do, well, you died anyway. So, you know, shotgun is one of those things. There's a lot of characters that shotgun is just, well, sorry you wanted to play the game. And Dizzy is definitely one of those characters. If Dizzy is cornered and the shotgun is out, there's no answer. She does not have a good way to deal with that.
Yeah, the best way is such a neutral way of dealing with it that it is almost like it doesn't feel like a win for you.
Yeah, and you're seeing how, you know, that first round kind of back and forth, Lost Soul was getting a feel, and like we said, he's got a read, he knows what's going on, and now he's just absolutely mauling Wolfie. Wolfie does get the burst out, but immediately Lost Soul goes back in. All right, so get a little bit of offense going. Nice throw out there by Lost Soul. Sniffs out the gap and the pressure, puts Wolfie right back in the corner, and here we go again. Gonna get that max damage. Pineberry's likely gonna come out. Oh, drops the Brightwell Express. That's interesting.
Yep,
Not going to matter because we have meter for confirms and Lost Soul with a very quick 2-0.
You'll see one or two of those from Lost Soul before he starts getting into top 48s, top 16s, because this guy is that good.
Yeah, and again, it's just one of those situations. If you're a character with poor defensive options, there is nothing in the world worse than a Pineberry flying through the air. Your screen coverage is deleted. You have nowhere to go, and Elfeld is just going to be like, that's cute.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what sucks is that this game is really offensive-oriented. Most of the defense is in the general mechanics of the game. And for the most part, if that means if you can't use them well versus character, you're kind of SOL.
Yeah, and again, it just highlights Elfeld is ridiculous in this game.
Great character.
Consistently one of the strongest characters in the game. She doesn't have bad options. All her buttons are good, all her ranges are good, and she has an answer for almost anything you have to throw at her.
Yep.
So,
yeah. So, I mean, thank you guys for tuning in to Frosty Faustings. It is not possible without the help of all of our great sponsors. We appreciate them so much. I mean, are we going to?
I think we got one more. Okay, there we go.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of our sponsors, Under Night in Birth, the new version, CLR coming out here very soon. Get that pre-order in there, going to be in February. A brand new version of Under Night ready with a full rebalance and a new character.
We got Axor Accelerate merch at AXL.com. One of the teams here are completely fighting game oriented teams. One is some of their awesome merch. You can get 10% off with the coupon code Frosty at AXLmerch.com.
And C2E2 coming up February 28th through February 28th through March 1st. Of course, Chicago's biggest Comic-Con event, one of the best Comic-Con events of the year. You want to check that out.
Yeah, ChicagoTekken.com. If you guys want to learn more about Tekken, if you guys are in the Chicago area, I suggest you guys check them out. This has become one of the strongest scenes for Tekken. Most notably, Shadow 20Z has been showing up in fantastic form, and there's many others as well. If you want to learn more about them, check them out at Chicago Tekken on Twitter, or go merch page teespring.com/store/Chicago Tekken.
Yeah. And Arcade Candy Collection, providing collector quality enamel pins and keychains. Really cool art here. Check them out. 10% off if you use the code FFCandy, valid right now. Go to arcadecandycollective.bigcartel.com.
Yeah. Ready Games compete in mini games to win cash prizes. You want to download it at thereadygames.com, which will be located on the Apple Store or Google Play. Use the secret code Frosty to gain an exclusive game with a prize pool of $300.
Of course, Skullgirl's still going strong these days. There's a new online versus mode, and of course, featuring the all-important GGPO rollback netcode. Download it for free on the App Store and Google Play, available on your phone. Far and away the best mobile fighting game out there.
Yep. New Wave Toys. Head over to New Wave and grab your 1 to 6 scale arcade machine. You can play Street Fighter 2 Turbo and Champion Edition. If you want to get 20% off one of these awesome little toys, you can get 20% off through January 3rd. Go visit them at newwavetoys.com.
All right, so friends, we're going to be back with you shortly to continue on Xrd Singles. We're going to get a few ads in here. Do not go anywhere. All right. We are back, friends, getting ready to get right back into it. We're going to have more of that amazing Heian action that I crave every day. We have Fu, the premier Heian player of the U.S.
I would say so.
taking on Mitosis, someone I actually get sets in online. Jam players don't like this matchup at all because, well, that crouching punch we talked about, the Heian, that's a problem for Jam.
Yeah, it's a quick normal that hits her out of a lot of her pressure. So, and this character is really big, so there's a lot of things that Jam can do that sort of can abuse that, but it's all about not getting in this situation before it happens.
Fu already going to town, getting that tuner ball mix-up, earns the early burst. Counter hit Shinken. I'm sorry about your accident. This is going to hurt. Doesn't get the full knockdown there. Could have went into the super, probably gotten a little bit more, but the damage is done. Mitosis gets counter hit by crouching heavy. Fu not quite enough to finish the job. Put the super tuner ball back on. Crosses over. Takes a quick round one.
Yeah, we were watching Fu in the team tournament a little bit, and I explained a little bit about what he's all about, but Fu is a heavy tuner ball-oriented Heian player, and since this character was brand new and not a lot of people picked her up, he kind of developed his own style in a way that was kind of unique, a very defensive-oriented style because he came from playing Potemkin to this character, and then he just developed around these mix-up, making people's lives difficult with tuner ball, just covering so much space.
Yeah. Of course, putting that to perfection, catches on the counter hit. Not quite enough because the burst comes out, but Mitosis on his last legs here. Does get it confirmed though, not able to get the knockdown however. So YRC tuner ball, that is a trade that wins a game, and those are the trades you like all the time. Fu takes a quick 1-0.
Handed a first game from Fu.
Heaven or hell.
Yeah, and this guy, the problem with him, like I say, is that he plays so different from other Heian players that your regular Heian online is not going to give you the experience that you know. I mean, you're saying you play against him, right? And you're not going to give him the style that he needs versus this guy.
No, I play a very, traditional Guilty Gear style. I do go into Oki very similar to Fu because, well, I'm addicted to Oka's image because I played Anki for
you play Guilty Gear, right?
Exactly. Yeah. But Fu is one of those people that kind of showed everyone else in the US. It's like, if you learn how to control the tuner ball, you create an actual valid mix-up. Just throwing the tuner ball on them and kind of doing a basic high-low against good players is not scary. Nice call-out from Mitosis, though. Goes up, gets the bump ball super, and has an even match now, trying to adjust this. But there it is, poked out. Fu actually had meter, probably could have closed that out, but when the mix-up gets the tuner ball out, and yeah, that's just like you said. Yep. Why take win? I'll just make more tuner balls.
Yeah, absolutely. He just likes covering, and when you play this character,
that was so scary. Mitosis counter hit, good. Yep, the focus.
Yeah! Wow! That was so sick.
Oh my God, Fu. Why you got to make the rest of us look bad who play this character? Absolutely disgusting. Confirmed. He was looking for charge Shinken again, but gets forward heavy for his trouble. Into a Ryujin. A lot of counter hits. Guys, be careful. Heian has lost stun. Did this get baited? No, it did not. Get flapped up. Fu looking to close out this set. All right, tech throw. Again, had meter there. Gets parried on the full charge red kick, though. All right, Mitosis gets over the tuner ball, but gets counter hit. Doesn't take the burst, though. Blitz, re-blitz. No blitz back. All right.
Yeah.
Mitosis still it. Oh, no punish on the forward heavy. And that will wrap it up. Fu takes it 2-0.
I do like Fu just like not blitzing back in that situation. Just read the full charge.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, take your plus rings, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, and you mentioned like Fu's style. Something else that we should note, Fu is a Samurai Showdown player, and you can kind of see that background when he plays Heian with that style. But as you saw there, when Fu got a counter hit, life bar goes gone, which is what you want to do as a Heian player, and it really is what makes the character so difficult. It's why you don't see very many Heian players, because the penalty for dropping one of those counter hits is you might not get another one.
Yep. This character doesn't get a lot of opportunities, and so like one of the greatest things about Fu as a player is that his ability to just make up combos on the fly like he did with that red tuner ball. That's definitely something he's not practiced, but he's learned through hours and hours of gameplay that you can just, get this hit in this certain way, tuner ball the ball a little bit in this direction, and then you get a full combo.
Yeah, it's almost, Fu almost plays Heian kind of like a puppet character.
Yeah, a little bit.
You rarely see Fu do anything unless a tuner ball is on screen, as long as the matchup allows him to do so. Now, some matchups, cough, Johnny, cough.
Tuner ball is a little bit of a mistake.
Yeah, you probably are not going to be doing that. But as we talk about great players here in the U.S., up on the stage right now, the defending champion of Frosty Faustings. A new TK, the new sponsor for one, Kizzy K, the Sin player of the United States, of North America, and arguably of the world.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this guy has really shown what this character can be done at the highest level, and it really shows off his mantra as a player, very much so. This guy doesn't really want to overwhelm you with decision making. He doesn't really want to make you second guess how you play. He wants you to make mistakes so often that you really feel like that he has a button for every every area of the screen.
Absolutely. So we're going to have a little father-son rumble right here. Sin versus Kai. Captain Fields going to have his work cut out for him. This is a matchup Kai fights very well, but the big problem, there's damage disparity, and Sin absolutely wins out when it comes to that.
Yeah, it's a really fun matchup, in all honesty. But it's one of those that feels bad as a Kai player because you're like, all right, cool. Like, you know, I've put this charge stun edge over his head all of the time and time again. He can't use his DP, which is super good. But, you know, it doesn't matter because you got hit one time, counter hit, and, you know, you lost 60% of your health.
Yeah. And interesting of note is this matchup, both characters have a blatant answer to each other's moves.
Oh, yeah.
Elk Hunt will go under things that Kai wants to do. Stun Dipper will go under Beak Driver. So you get a lot of weird rock, paper, scissors situations that there's a decent balance of risk-reward on both sides. But again, the problem is when you play risk-reward versus Sin, even when you have risk-reward in your favor, when he has it in his favor, it's such a lopsided amount that it's scary to do so. And so most Kai players play how they play all their matches. They play via fundamentals. The problem with that in this particular case is that is Kizzy K's game, fundamentals. He wants to sit there, control the screen. He wants to, like you said, wait for you to hang yourself, just like that.
Raw 2H.
Yep. It's down, knockdown. Goes for the cross-up, gonna confirm it. That's gross. That's
absurd.
That's gross. Hey, kids, just remember, Sin has no mix-up.
Sin has no mix-up.
Give Sin a command grab.
We don't talk about the person who normally says that. We don't say that on the stream so other people, other little Sin players can get that into their head. Oh, thank you.
New decade, same jokes, and same Frosty Faustings champion showing you why he holds that title right now. Beak Driver into max damage, getting that food back.
Dude, that was like calorie optimization as well.
You see Kizzy just stutter stepping. He's like, no, I'm at the range I want to be at. Go ahead, you can move around. I'll move again. Catches him with the crouching slash, decides to go in. Out of food right now, but so little life left. Yep, just roaming in. Beak Driver gets a full deck of food. Waiting turn, punishes the Stun Dipper, and yep, nice burst save choice there too. Yep. Not that bursting was really on deck with an 80% life lead, but still, no reason to not just take your burst save win.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of play we're talking about. That's how Kizzy K likes to play the game. He thinks about every situation. What is the correct decision? Right there. Stun. Elk Hunt's under the Stun Dipper, the Stun Edge. Does it again.
There's an absurd amount of optimization to his game that is kind of that works with a character like Sin that needs 2 meters to maintain.
Yep.
And so when you have 2 meters to maintain, you maintain them optimally. You get an absurd amount of reward for that character.
Gets the full link off the RTL, which is a very difficult link to pick up, by the way. That is not easy to do. Kizzy gets the full thing, has a solid life lead here, looking to close out this set. Nice forward punch there, though, from Captain Fields, kind of calling out.
Oh, the first read sever. The first one and certainly the last one as Kizzy K takes it 2-0.
Credit to Captain Fields, he kept it in the back pocket. Unfortunately, when he reached in the back pocket, all he found was a super in his face.
Yeah.
And Kizzy K.
It's a dude, as someone who's played that matchup versus Kizzy, it is at least player versus player an absurdly frustrating match.
Absolutely.
Because Kai, without being able, you have to like take Sin and make him feel like he has to press buttons and whiff them and then make them feel like he is afraid, right? Like,
right.
And there is almost no reason for Sin to press buttons in most situations, and Kizzy knows that.
Yeah. How many times did you see him just walk forward and do nothing?
Yeah.
Just stand. It's like, if you do something, I have the answer. So go ahead, do something.
He is so content on blocking out through charge stun edge, and so content with just like, you know, eating all of the pressure and waiting for you to just get out in range. Faultless defense, sit in neutral once again, where he's going to be slightly better than you.
Yep, I've seen him describe on his stream. You know, a lot of Kai players like to reset the forward heavy, keep the pressure on, and he's like, you want this because the second they do that, you instant block faultless defense the second hit, you're out, it's over, pressure's done.
Yes.
They've committed.
Yeah, so you actually just have to out-footsie a character that has a little bit better footsies than you.
Yeah.
And as much as you get good reward for constantly knocking him down, versus Kizzy, it's so hard to frustrate a guy who's so confident in his gameplay like that.
Yeah, that is the power of a Sin player who just knows that, no, I'm at the exact range where I beat you, you don't beat me. I'm staying here. You're not going to make me move. I'm not going to jitter around and air dash and do silly things. Just make your move, you know? And then the next thing you know, a counter hit Elk Hunt hits you, a counter hit Big Driver hits you. And you just see Kizzy didn't do any of the gigantic, you know, like, oh my god, Sin damage combos.
No,
it was just basically a dismantling. Just like, I'm going to take this down piece by piece, and we're good. And
yeah, I mean,
to follow up the defending champion of Frosty Faustings, let's get on the back-to-back runner-up of Frosty Faustings.
mind you, with two different characters.
Right?
I mean, he's stuck with Venom as of now. But I mean, he did it with Johnny 2 years ago and then just followed up with Venom right afterwards. Two characters that are not only time and execution intensive, but also, I mean, characters that really, really take a lot of effort to play.
Absolutely.
And hey, back-to-back, he's here once again, and I expect this is probably a character that's, it would be considered an upset if he doesn't get top 8, let's say that.
Definitely. So we're going to have Canada's Peppery Splash playing Venom, taking on Chris Chaos, one of the Midwest answer players who stuck with the character since he came out.
One of two answer players known to existence.
Right? The rare answer player in the wild in their own habitat. Answer a character that actually fights a lot of the strong characters, including Venom well, but you have to work for it.
Yeah.
And of course, the big thing Answer has going for him, once those scrolls are on the screen, your offensive options and pressure are vast, and you can do some very degenerate things, but you have to earn that space in those scrolls first. See Peppery Splash going in, you're going to maximize his damage. Not even get a knockdown, but he takes what he's allowed there.
Yeah, it's one of those things in this matchup where if you can ever get Venom pinned down, oh boy, you get to run a game versus him.
Absolutely.
But and he does have some counter situations where he can avoid some of the setup. But the amount of space control that Venom has in this matchup makes it so difficult to even get all that started.
Nice use of the RS there to get out. Chaos gets himself a little bit of room. Trying to run that mix-up. There's the command grab. Going to do the Izuna drop. What's the setup going to be? There's the scrolls. Hardwire seat. Nice dead angle there by Peppery Splash. Says, I don't even want to attempt to hold this mix-up. He gets caught. Goes for the gold burst. Says, no, I will not concede this first round to you. And with the
Bishop run out.
Wow, the confirm. Peppery Splash showing you why he is one of the best players in all of North America. That was a clutch confirm after betting big on a gold burst where he could have definitely lost that round. But Chris Chaos, not deterred, goes right back in. Already is 50% likely and a counter hit.
I think he maybe missed the just defend on the second one. Yeah. I mean, that's a bad situation to be in.
Nice air grab there. Answer has incredibly good air grab range. Right now, Chris Chaos working on a perfect. Not quite. Trades on the very last hit.
Might as well have been, because Chris Chaos really showed off what this matchup could be.
Yes. But there's one of the great answers that Venom has, forward punch. Got a problem? Forward punching. You'll probably solve that problem real fast. Goes over the Jones Eyes, and suddenly already an 80% life lead for Peppery. How? What happened?
A lot of straight hits, a lot of 6Ps, you know, just getting hit by random balls.
So far, Peppery has not had an answer for that dash up Izuna drop. There it is, finally jumps out, says, all right, that's enough of the shenanigans. Gonna take you for the ride, get my mix up. That is a close Okazeme setup.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
YRC to delay the momentum, get the ball. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because he also uses jump H to hit you and hit the ball at the same time because of the amount of active frames that move has.
Yeah, and of course, Peppery known for being, again, another very powerful fundamental character, but showing you he's got the tricks in the back pocket for when he needs them. right now, no time wasted. Chris Chaos says, let's go back in. I feel like I can do something with this. But once again, Peppery with an early start. All right, gets the scroll out, gives Answer a little bit of room to work with. All right, scroll. Wow. That is almost impossible to do.
It is very hard to meet Answer before he gets to the scroll, because once he gets to the scroll, he is invincible.
Yes.
It's very difficult to deal with. But one of the things that Peppery is recognizing is that Chris is kind of he's kind of showing where he's going with the scrolls, right? Like he isn't mixing up what he does with the scrolls, rather than he's just saying like, oh, okay, if there's 2 scrolls on the screen, I'm most likely going to go to 1 or 2.
Yeah. All right, he's going to get confirmed here. I like that burst by Peppery. Doesn't want to give Chris a chance to run back this entire round, and catches him on the scroll forward heavy.
That's kind of what I mean. It's difficult to say, it's difficult to tell an Answer player, hey, yeah, just get rid of those options on scroll despite how good they are. But you do have to mix up how you're approaching, because the scrolls just give it away if you're not careful.
It does, yeah. You kind of have to earn that fear out of your opponent to utilize those in that way. And in the first round, and even the second round, we saw that. Peppery was respecting it. Now he feels like he has a read, and he's just kind of going in, not allowing Chris to run that Answer game. Right now, Chris Chaos about to get chipped out if he doesn't find a way out of the corner. And does. Very nice there. But the ball comes back. Just whiffs on the chip damage, though. Oh, that combo drops. That is a big problem Answer has. His characters who are small in the air like Venom are a real pain for him to get his full combos on. This time, knockdown. Oh, catches it with the buttons. That's a counter hit. How far can he take this?
That's going to be close in Hellfire.
Yeah. How much do we have?
But the
stun!
Okay, that'll do it.
Interesting way to get a stun there. Usually supers like that, especially multi-hitting supers, do not add a lot of stun meters. So a nice little gift there for Chris Chaos. Staves off going down to the losers bracket.
Nice IAD firm on the 6 Impressive.
But Peppery right back in with no fear. Nice counter there by Chris, but the blitz, goes under.
Yes. Done in the air, so target.
There is that is the cheap Answer mix-up right there. Immediately off the scroll on the ground and do the drop.
Oh, that was sick. That was sick. All right, Chris is very close to taking this, but he just needs to find his opportunity.
That was a hell of a scramble right there. Peppery comes out ahead though now and is in full control once again. Here comes the mix-up. Yep, into the empty jump low. Those mix-ups don't look all that scary when you watch it. You're like, you just kind of jumped at him. How did that work? It's like, no, you don't understand how many options Venom has available there.
Right.
And you have to commit. Do I stand or do I crouch? And
once he puts the second ball on you, it becomes a second layer, right?
Yes.
If is he just going to use the first ball, go low? Is he going to use both balls? Is he going to strike throw with one of these? I mean, the possibilities are endless, which is why I love the character. And it's also why Peppery's so darn good with him too.
Yeah. No, I mean, to kind of highlight what that end of round mix-up is. Yeah, you guys saw the basic Venom mix-up. The balls are there. You have to hold your turn. And he just goes empty jump into low. But the number of options that are available. He could have done jump S and then done a delayed mad struggle, which is 2 overhits. He could have done a jump S into a delayed re-jump for a fuzzy jump mix-up. He could have done a teleport. He could have done a strike throw mix-up. That is a horrible feeling when Venom has 2 pool balls on top of your dome, jumps at you, and you're just like, this is my life now.
Yep.
What do? Well, the answer is most of the time you lose the round because you're playing one of the best Guilty Gear players in the country. Right. So props. Really, I'm very impressed with Chris Chaos. People don't get to see Answer do Answer things, and people sleep on that character.
Character is really hard to play.
Incredibly hard to play.
It's like one of our good friends, Mecha MacGyver, has said it's like playing Venom except you're the ball.
Yes.
Like it's that level of complication, and I can agree with that.
And then you have an added execution hurdle to go to the scroll. You don't just jump at it and you
I
attack.
hate it. I actually hate that input so much.
You have to go to neutral. You have to literally let go of your stick for you or your pad or whatever control you like to use. Otherwise, you just fly past that scroll and nothing happens, and that's a bad look. So
I hate it so much because not pressing buttons to do something is actually the worst. It's the worst. You know why I play arcade on arcade stick? Because I want to press buttons.
Yeah.
If I wanted to not press buttons, I would play on pad, but I want to press buttons.
Absolutely. All right. Coming up next, we're going to have Sweet X Jam taking on HPF Miku. We're going to have Jam versus Dizzy. Once again, if you're Dizzy, this is not fun. Like, if you can keep Jam away from you, life's great.
Yep.
Doing that is a challenge.
But does it a little bit easier in this matchup specifically, just because once she gets knocked down, the setups are really good.
Yes.
Parrying is easy to bait out.
Yes, especially because Dizzy is such a strong throw character.
Yeah.
She has some of the best throw setups in the entire game. So if you snip out a Jam wanting to look for parries, well, they're going to have a bad time.
Right. I mean, on the other hand, though, you're almost always one counter hit from just getting horribly exploded.
Yeah, absolutely. Right off the bat, Sweet X Jam going to get that knockdown, earns his first card, and is ready to go on in. Right now, Miku not using Faultless Defense, which is a dangerous game to play against Jam. You can't let her just run against you like that. What a blitz!
All right.
I see you.
Sometimes you got to do it.
Sometimes you just... I know what you're going to do, but you don't know that I know what you're going to do. So hold this blitz from 3/4 screen away.
Super YRC for the dirty mix-up.
That is gross. If I played Jam, I would steal that immediately.
It's really good.
That is the, all right, note the timestamp on that, going to the lab after commentary is over. That was gross. I really like that mix-up. I love Puffball Super. I think it's one of the coolest and most useful supers in the game. Because you can just dash up on somebody's wake up and be like, hello, I have a gift for you.
Yeah, no, it's pretty darn good. And in this game where you can YRC it, it's absurd. Yeah.
Oh, catches the counter hit. Wow,
yes!
the confirm?
Yes! That combo's so sick.
The crossover confirms from Sweet X Jam. Really good combo knowledge and character knowledge. Depending on what character is, that's not always going to cross back over like that.
This character is actually, the combos are very character-oriented.
Absolutely.
It's a lot to learn.
Yeah. Jam's combos are deceptively difficult to be consistent with in this game.
Like, there's a lot under the hood that Sweet X Jam is not showing you. It's a lot of hours in training mode. And then
woo! The YRC.
Yeah.
Ryujin in. Hello, I'm here. I would like to chuck you. And he does. Solid first game there from Sweet X Jam. Saw Rock Shooter getting a little bit of momentum, but again, that's the problem. Once Dizzy has the momentum, she has to never let go. You can't let Jam escape again because it's so hard to pin her down. She's so fast. Yeah. And she just kind of maneuvers around Dizzy's screen pollution a little too easy for Dizzy's taste. So we'll see if we can see some adjustments out of Miku Rock Shooter here.
Let's rock.
First thing I'd like to see is what you said before, using a little bit more faultless defense.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Jam's 5K is one of the quickest recovering moves in the entire game.
Yep.
And it doesn't have amazing frame data. It actually just is visually so fast.
Yes.
It's hard to react to. It makes it an absurd kick throw because it's not only a low that extends pretty far, but also just very, very fast.
Yep. And Jam, a character, it's like you have to respect her ability to throw out something and follow it up with a counter hit because her buttons are fast.
Yeah.
All right. Miku Rock Shooter with a nice bit of movement. Okay, there's the full mix-up. See where the next one's going to come. How we're going to play this. Wow, catches Sweet X Jam jumping. This should have enough. Yep, very nice. Good confirm.
What you want those rounds to look like is Dizzy.
Yeah. Dizzy is what a lot of strong OP characters are now in Xrd, which is if you're not the elite ones, you do rely on the corner. Dizzy's Okazeme without the corner is basically a lot of smoke and mirrors that good players will not let you run. You kind of have to commit to getting them to make mistakes, just like that. A blatant air dash in, where if Jam decides to super or parry, that's a bad time. Miku says, I don't think you'll do it, and he didn't. Now he's in the corner, but Sweet X Jam does make it out. Catches him with the ice spike, though. I'm sure he's going to try and finish this with the air dash combo. Very nice. Beautiful confirm there. Hey, you see the turnaround? Okay, I've got this figured out. I know what we're doing now. Everything's fine. I have cute animals. I am the Disney princess of Guilty Gear. Let's see what Sweet X Jam has on tap to try and adjust here. Again, just kind of nothing really like massively of a mistake, but just you're in the corner and it's like, wait, what happened? Why am I here?
Yeah, I mean, probably like, one or two mistakes, letting that double air dash happen in your face would be technically a mistake.
Yes, but that's a hard call out.
Right, exactly.
Right now, Miku Rock Shooter just kind of meticulously pushing Sweet X Jam towards the corner, but he does get out with a high dive kick. Not something a Jam player usually wants to resort to, but it works out. YRC Ice Spike trying to gain a little bit of momentum. I like this call off from Sweet X Jam. You want to leave me my own devices? Why, yes, I will take some cards.
Yeah, and as long as he doesn't use Laserfish, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice, catches him. What are we going to do? Looking for a burst grab or a tech grab there. Didn't get it. Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't ever want to whiff a burst, but if you're going to whiff one where you aren't going to get punished for it.
Yeah, whiff one in a way that makes you actually cut down a great amount of that damage as well.
Yeah. Now, Rock Shooter put into the corner. Going to have to fade this mix-up. Does not fade the stand kick into the Geki. Sweet X Jam taking max damage. 3 cards up. Yep. All right, jump back heavy. All right. Jam says, I also have a jump heavy. Let's trade again. Rock Shooter gets caught. And now Sweet X Jam on set point.
Duel 2. Keep on rocking.
Yeah, you see Sweet X Jam just chasing Rock Shooter out of the air, just not trying to let him breathe at all. You see, he does not mind getting in the air space with him.
Yeah, absolutely. Jam is, of course, a character that notoriously dominates a lot of air situations with her normals and her speed. Nice poke out there with that crouching jab. Goes in, gets the full confirm. Nice attempted poke out there from Rock Shooter. Does make his way out. See what he wants to do with it. I like that answer from Sweet X Jam. Says, no, I'm not going to sit there and just let you air dash at me. I'll back dash and see if I can create a little space. And he does, but corners himself. Ooh, counter hit bubble. That was a dangerous burst, but it does work out, but gets ripped straight to the corner of the air. Punish on the blitz. Oh, no. Not able to get the most out of it. But YRC Ice Spike Rock Shooter. All right. He catches him on the laser. That's an OTG, though. Gives Sweet X Jam another life trying to close out the set, but he does not. And Rock Shooter pushes us to a final game, final round.
Yeah, Sweet X Jam just really struggling to find that sort of big knockdown that let him run the game. And credit to Rock Shooter just made it difficult.
Yeah, adjustment back and forth with both players. These are what you love to see in these kind of sets in a major like Frosty Faustings.
Oh, no.
That is a sad time. Gun, the burst gets baited. That might be a wrap. Dizzy's going to be stunned really soon here with any kind of big hit.
He's going to go for the charge, play it safe.
All right, Rock Shooter does get a little bit of breathing room, but he's in rough shape. No burst, no meter, and basically no life, and that's going to wrap it up. One counter hit. Again, that's all it takes, especially against a low health character like Dizzy. And Sweet X Jam does close it out, move on. Stays in the winner's bracket. Strong turnaround there.
It was a good look. It was a good look, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I was just really, like, one of the things I took away from that set is that Sweet X Jam just running at his opponent in the air. And like you're saying, yeah, she has a good set of air normals. They're very specific in what they do, but they are good. And he was just running at her over and over again, just trying to close that breathing space as quickly as he could. So, I mean, and I really like how Sweet X Jam plays, so that's good stuff to him.
No, really well done. Also, for those of you who are sitting there like, why are they calling this cards? I don't get it. She's just like charging up key.
Oh, they're not called cards. They don't look like cards.
When you're old men like us, in the old games, Jam's key charges were represented by literal cards over her bar. Now they're just icons, but look, we're old and old habits die hard. We call them cards.
I'm not calling them anything else. They're called cards.
They're cards.
I actually just didn't even, until you said something, I did not think of that for a single second.
They're round cards. They're coasters now.
Sure.
She does run a restaurant. She just has some very nice coasters. All right. Moving on here, we're going to have GPS taking on Illusion Lost Soul. A matchup that, oddly enough, you don't see very often. May versus Elfo.
Not a lot of May players out there, unfortunately. But we saw GPS early on in the block, and it looked pretty darn good. Yeah. So we'll see how he plays against Alpha. One good thing is that in this matchup, May actually can circumvent a lot of the scary parts of playing versus Alpha on Wake Up, right? He doesn't have to worry about a lot of those situations that Alpha is able to get out with because she just puts on otter balls and dolphins on top of her.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, May has the fastest jump startup in the game, which does allow her to escape a few things that Elfel wants to do on occasion. Right now, pretty even start, but Lost Soul has already earned GPS's burst, which is a nice bit of advantage for him. Goes up, pops the beach ball. Back Pineberry. Nice catch there for GPS. This should be a solid grip. Doing burst safe combo. Yeah, I like that. Really nice use. Daring Lost Soul to burst. With patience at Lost Soul. He'll take that trade. That gets him out of the corner. A little bit of breathing room. GPS with a nice bit of a life lead here. Gets caught by the counter hit sniper rifle and is pushed to the corner. Tries to jump out. Does fade the jump dust YRC, but right back to the corner. Wow, nice call out from GPS. Does he have enough? Not quite.
No, but that gets him out of the corner and out of the pressure. And that was it. GPS looking strong there.
Poking him out of the crouching heavy is
impressive.
something you do not see very often against Elfeld. GPS with a nice round one against Lost Soul.
Footsies?
Yeah. No, GPS seems to have a game plan here, and so far it's working. But of course, like we said, nobody adjusts quite like Lost Soul does, so let's see if he continues to do that. Drops a combo there, but he'll take a free reset for his trouble. Does not drop this combo, however.
Look at that. It feels like it was always the plan how much damage he
Right?
got out of that situation.
Wow, grips him out of that?
Oh, hey!
Ooh, what?
Whoa!
What?
Hey, wait a minute there, GPS. Take it easy, buddy.
Ooh, we got some spicy May in the house today.
Earns the burst for it, too.
You know you've done something good if I'm giving May praise. Like, well done. That was a close confirm.
Oh, no. Missed the combo there towards the end.
Is that not the way of Guilty Gear? Hit the hard combo that takes all your time and effort. Drop the easy stuff that gets you a win against the top Guilty Gear player, arguably in the nation.
Yep.
And now you got to go to that final round in the first game.
Oh! Okay, it could have been worse.
It was not quite a full charge, but that was about to be Lost Soul's life. So GPS can keep playing that footage. Gets caught though, and there's going to be shotgun damage. Yep. GPS is going to get his burst back, but has no life to work with here. Oh, what?
Yep. That is a very common setup that Lost Soul does. Goes into the super and then goes for the air tech.
Wow. How quickly the tables do turn.
Yeah, that's a very hard situation to get out of. You have to purposely late tech to avoid not only the air button, but the throw afterward or before that as well. But yeah, I mean, that was GPS's game to lose in that second round.
Lost Soul with just some blatant PETA violations there, shooting a dolphin square in the face.
Now it's all Lost Soul. The momentum has flips.
This is what separates good Guilty Gear players from the great Guilty Gear players, and fighting game players in general. Lost Soul knows he has control, and credit to GPS because he has found momentum again when he was getting absolutely mauled from top to bottom. Earned Lost Soul's burst and might be able to run this back, but gets caught by the sniper rifle.
A normal that hits anywhere on the screen.
Yep. I hate sniper rifle, but at the same time, you have to respect it because it's so hard to use it right.
Yeah, it's very good and it's very hard to use. And that's why when we look at players like Lost Soul and notably Otaku,
nice reset there.
Really good with it. You give him a lot of credit for it. There you go.
All right.
No.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, sorry. Sorry about your accident.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
That was a quick 15-second round. All right, moving on.
GPS not wilting in the face of playing Lost Soul. He says, I can hang with this. I've already shown it. If I don't drop a combo, I'm the one in the lead in this set, so let's go. There's that close S, the champagne bottle. Still one of the best anti-airs in the entire game. The confirm off the Kindberry.
Gonna wake up Dolphin again.
Does it again. Catches him. Yep. Gonna get that full confirm all the way to the house. What's the mix-up going to be? Jump dust, YRC, re-jumps. How do you see it? What do you do? Just one more. It's too strong, man. Those weird kind of re-air dash mix-ups, I feel like, are one of the biggest innovations to offensive pressure and mix-up in Xrd.
Yeah.
You did not see stuff like that in the olden days. And with the advent of YRC, where you could do things like that, and hold basically a double fuzzy mix-up off two air dashes, the law of averages says your opponent ain't blocking all of it.
No,
like, that's just kind of how it works. And just really strong play by both players there. Props to GPS. That combo is the combo of the tournament so far.
That was so sick.
That was, when the highlight reels get made later, if that's not on there, somebody needs to talk to.
Absolutely. That was really cool. But yeah, next up, we're going to have a pretty good one. We have, what is it, Kizzy K versus Riven. Yeah. So, return to Kizzy K. I mean, we were talking about it before. Returning champion, Frosty Faustings XI. One of the guys everybody looks forward to watching in the United States is one of the most dominant and prolific players throughout Xrd's lifespan.
Yeah.
And you're going to see him one more time.
And as you can tell, we're starting to get down to the end of some pools here because you're seeing some strong players get on stage a lot, and that is that sign that we are working our way down. Of course, we do the 3-player out system here at Frosty Faustings, which means 2 players come out on the loser side, 1 on winner's side. So, of course, if you can help it, you desperately want to get that single winner spot, put yourself in a strong position going into top 48, which will start tomorrow.
Who dares?
Yes, it makes the winner's bracket a little bit more valuable in terms of it doesn't break down any like crazily different, but in terms of how the schedule breaks down, it makes it so that you do play less games the farther you go in the tournament.
Yeah. It's a really good system. I really like the 3-out system. It gives more people a chance to get out of pools. It helps to kind of eliminate more double jeopardy situations in early pools, which is really nice for people who come across the country, stuff like that. So, but moving on here, we're going to go in. Kizzy K taking on Ribbon. We have a Soul Leo matchup, excuse me, Sin Leo matchup. I mean, you like big buttons? You like moves that do damage? We got the heavy hitters coming out here right now.
This is a particularly hard matchup for Leo because of this range right here. And it's not like, and most of the time, Leo out-damages the opponent.
Yep.
And in this case, it doesn't happen all that often. So when you have a character that's used to design around getting in and out-damaging the opponent, and you get against a character that has long reach and can out-damage you, it becomes pretty difficult.
Good first set combo there for Kizzy. Closes out round 1. There is a basic litmus test when you're playing Sin. Can your opponent's character do anything about Beak Driver? If the answer is no, you know you're playing a matchup that is well in your favor. Leo, of course, is a very ground-centric based character, occasionally an air dash character, but his air movement is not good, and that guard bar, look out, oh no.
Yeah.
Yep. Good burst there, though. Did keep Kizzy from eating and got himself a little space, but the boot count is back up. Kizzy's ready to rock and pushes Ribbon.
Oh, would you stop this?
No!
Oh my god.
That is, again, we talk about it all the time. Litmus test.
Litmus test.
You're not going to stop me from doing Elk Hunt 20 times in a row? Well, why should I stop?
No reason to, as we legitimately saw Far S into Elk Hunt over and over again until the round was over. And hey, why overcomplicate? You're going to play, what, at minimum, like 9-10 matches against, some of the better Guilty Gear players in the United States. Don't over your brain. Make it nice and simple for you.
That was an excellent turn by Kizzy, by the way. Really good use. All right. Get a little room there from Ribbon. Went to call out. Kizzy just says, nah. I know what Leo players do. There we go, though. All right, got to make the most of this. Where's the mix-up going to be? This times it, which is a very common thing against Sin. One of the most difficult things about learning to fight Sin, Sin has drastically different wake-up timings depending if he lands face down or back down. And that face down mix-up, he's on the ground forever, and it can really throw off your wake-up timings. And just like that, failing to recognize that, costs Ribbon the round, and now Kizzy already on set point. All right, goes in. All right, we go. Nice confirm there from Ribbon. Drops the combo though, but goes for the mix-up. Nice call out from Kizzy. Says, nah, I don't think so. Let's Hawk Baker, get out of this. Put you in the corner, and we're seeing it again. Just keep doing Elk Hunt. He's not going to stop until he needs food. Ooh. Counter hit Beak Driver again. Finally, the
there you
blitz.
Go. Hey, that's something.
There is an answer, and Ribbon finally is tired of this mess. Says, quit making a fool of me on stream. I do know what my options are.
Wow, that was beginning super.
Wow, and to confirm in a boost first super.
Gets it.
Oh, drops the pickup. Just a little bit of life for Ribbon. Can he do anything with it?
He is one counter hit away from doing it, but it's going to be in Kizzy's favor as he takes it to a quick 2-0. Yeah, I mean, one of the things is that even in matchup-specific situations that you don't know, one of the great things about Guilty Gear is that everybody has universal mechanics that can you can make decisions on how people get out. Because it doesn't matter what the who the character is. There's always going to be faultless defense, there's always going to be just defending, and there's always going to be blitzing.
Yes.
And those are answers that you can always have, and sometimes you just got to try them out. Like, hey, sometimes you spend all your meter faultless defensing.
Yeah.
But it's better than being in Bloxton forever.
Yeah, no, that is... one of the great fundamental things about modern fighting games is how they've been more willing to put in stronger universal mechanics, especially defensively for people to work with. The more options a player has, the more varied and interesting and high-level gameplay you get to see. And that's what makes games like Guilty Gear, like Unio, that have all these amazing options for every character. Every character can do these things, and it helps build the game to higher level and more layers. And you saw there, in a lot of situations, if you're a player and you don't know what to do about that basic string, and you don't have good universal defense options, well, congrats. You sit there, you take your L, and then you eventually go to the lab and be like, do I have options? What was it? I don't know what to do. In this case, you just go, I don't really know what my answer to this is, so why don't I just use one of the universal ones and give myself a little bit of breathing room? So, moving on, we have another. Who let Fu have a pool full of jams? This seems wrong.
It seems, well, he'll be quite happy.
Oh, no, I'm super happy about it. I mean, you people who got to be around me for Arc Revo and watching Cha Cha Cha, I probably should have been thrown out for the amount of screaming and yelling I was doing. Because when Heian does Heian things, I get hyped. Really, really, really hyped. I thought this might have been a button check, but I'm apparently wrong. We are going in. There's an interesting round start. Ooh, already ops. Uses first, and you're going right in. Another. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you? I love it.
So sick.
That is disgusting. Spike him into the ball. Chuck him into the ball. What next? Do they just eat the ball?
Oh! Come back here. Yeah, we're going this way.
Oh.
It's going to be a little bit short. Yeah, just a bit short.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, hey. There you go. There's the chance. There's the chance that Jam needs.
Yep. Got a long road to climb here. Heian has solid defense and decent guts, so it's going to take a little bit of work here. Fu also with some meter to play with, and there it is. Look, crouching jab. Jam players will tell you that destroys the entire matchup.
It hurts.
It hurts, but it's one of those things, when you play against a character who has something that counters a lot of your best stuff, it's on you. What is the next answer? And there's a shit.
Good reaction.
Yeah, that was impressive. That is not an easy burst to pick up. Fu says, no, let's just keep doing this. Whoa, whip a blitz. That's a bad feeling. Probably going to put the super tuner ball. Nope, opts for a regular red tuner ball. Wow. Catches and pushes buttons.
That is so sick. That's what I'm talking about. The tuner ball control leaves it on the opposite side of him and thinks that it's going to come back, and he gets a little bit of extra pressure out of it.
Yeah. And the key thing that makes that mix-up work that you're seeing Fu do, a lot of Heian players, myself included, have a tendency when you're not opening someone up that you move a little closer to have the threat of close S, which is a very powerful normal that's +3 on block.
Right.
But the problem is when Heian gets close to an opponent in tuner ball mix-up, they have no reason to not mash on throw. Like, if you're a link-based character, which means a gap is coming, they should throw you with impunity. That kind of setup where you just do 2 max-range crouching heavy says, yeah, hit throw. You're going to get bopped. Nice purple RC there for Fu to keep himself safe. Woo! Max level Ryujin.
He's going to hurt, even on Heian.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That was a total rip. Woo! The gross.
Very nice. Does he catch him?
Nope.
No.
Held it a little too long.
Yeah.
He recognized he was in the dash, and there. Basically, Fu had to just frame release that because you know Sweet X Jam was mashing on throw, given that situation. Fu held a little too long and is now down to the magic pixel. All right, opts use tuner ball, just wants to get some space. Ooh, the
sprint. Cross himself up, unfortunately.
Yeah, a little bit of scramble there that comes out in the favor of Sweet X Jam. Nice little adjustment there. Nice punish. Good reaction there to realize that Hayabusa was spaced poorly, and that is a punish at that range. All right, nice sweep there. Catches him on the air dash, forces Fu to use his burst, and opts to get another card while he's at it. I like that awareness from Sweet X Jam. He's like, I'll just take my card. Yep, gets the knockdown on Ryujin. There you go. I like it. A little bit of misdirection. There's the air dash mix-up and the full pickup. It's Sweet X Jam with a nice That's
all right, wake up to 8.
Yep.
Sure, why not?
Fu, I think, was getting ready to look for a burst bait there, and it never came. Goes up, grips it. All right, we're going to go into red kicks.
Yeah, it's going to give him the Oki that he wants.
Yeah. Yep. It is really hard to get proper Oki off of Heian's air throw, unfortunately.
Oh, 6H goes the wrong way, spends the burst anyway. is going to be rough, and he's going to get a chance.
Fu weather the storm here. Nice grip. All right, what's the plan? Capson's going to tuner ball for the tech. Tech jive kick.
I love it. I love it. Sweet H Jam, that was really smart. Using the dive kick, which pauses you in the air just slightly after a late tech, avoiding the tuner ball, and then trying to navigate his buttons. That was smart.
Yeah, no, smart on both ends. Fu knew that in that corner, like the way that knockdown happened, couldn't possibly get good. There was no way to space it or time it. So he's like, let's set up a tech trap. Sweet X Jam recognizes that, makes the most of it. Woo! Doesn't parry the red Hayabusa. That's something Jam has to stop down. Like, you cannot let Heian charge red Hayabusa. Right, goes up, catches him with the stand kick, gets the knockdown with the mix-up.
Oh,
really?
I did not know about that one.
Is that something with the slide dash, pushing him out of the corner? That was really interesting.
That was really cool.
Yeah, I've not seen that. Ooh, catches the blitz, the Grandpa Viper. Tuner ball comes out.
Oh, he still can control it while he's knocked down. That was so smart from Fu. Given his, that was, you know, just the reactions right there to get hit and be like, oh, I still have control of this match.
Fu says, I will start around with Shinken. What are you going to do about it? You're going to smell like feet. That's what you're going to do about it. And now, Fu, in that mix-up, catches him with the overhead. Not sure what forward punch he's looking for there. Maybe an instant jump dive kick. I don't know. Interesting choice by Fu. Look out. Charge the red kick, purple RC.
Could have been better. Could have been worse.
Again, Fu doing what Heian does. Utilize. Yep. That's it's
always always designed to take the corner away from Sweet X Jam there.
Nice stand jab.
OTG.
Yep. Checkmate situation. Fu recognizes it. And a good turnaround. Fu takes the set. Good adjustment, good back and forth, and again, just Fu's control in those situations. He doesn't always get max damage.
No.
He doesn't always get those max confirms. Like you said, that's hard to do. Fu is the best Heian player in the country. He drops a lot of those because, well, anyone who's not named Cha-Cha-Cha drops a lot of those.
Yeah, that's true.
But,
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like he kind of has learned and accepted that about himself.
Yeah.
He's not an incredibly execution-heavy guy. He never was. And so he's just going to do his best and create the most advantaged situations for him.
Make the most of it.
Yeah.
Use those Oki situations. Use those reset situations, and it gets the job done there. So very nice adjustment on his part. And again, Sweet X Jam, nice job adjusting in a matchup that Jam players will tell you it's one of their least favorite matchups. Yeah. They don't enjoy it. Heian has a lot of the tools that shut down Jam's game. It's not just the crouching punch. Crouching slash is basically a Shoto low forward with better range and better recovery.
Yeah.
And so when Jams want to try and slide around and do puffball, well, you get counter hit by that. That's not fun.
Yeah, so. It is not an easy matchup, but you know, one of those.
Yep. And so it appears Fu is out in winners by finishing up
awesome.
that. We're going to move on to a losers bracket match here. We're going to have Diamond Dust versus SCRP Lotus.
Diamond Dust was on the first game of the weekend when Guilty Gear teams as a Jackal player. Awesome. Jackal player, really interesting. The way that he was sort of setting up houses and stuff like that. It felt like, I could be wrong, and maybe it was just how it happened, but it felt like he was splitting his houses up a lot. Which isn't something a lot of Jackal players do.
Yeah.
They want to sit on it because it increases their meter gain. But he was splitting it up and sort of trying to always make it so that there's like a house somewhere that where it's leveling up without anybody's ability to deal with it.
Kind of create that pincer situation that you get with a puppet character. It's an interesting style. It does open up the big problem where if you leave your house unattended, well, your opponent can just go kind of smack it down, turn the real estate, economy on its head.
So, I mean, one of the things that Leo does get is he gets a fireball that hits all the way towards the floor.
Yes.
And is able to hit all of the houses without too much worry.
Yeah, there are two things Jackal players don't want to see. Characters with high mobility and characters who can easily destroy houses.
Yeah.
Those are the two biggest enemies they have. But now the Aegis is out. That projectile is completely useless. The flash kick, however, still pretty good.
So yeah, what you want to do is in these situations where Aegis is still on cooldown, you want to take the advantage of it as much as you can.
Jacko, not the greatest defensive character in the game. She does have a DP that is basically a single button input, which does allow her to kind of take some risk outs against pressure. But if your opponent starts sniffing it out, well, going to eat a lot of damage, especially against Leo. But right now, here comes the Goon Squad right on top of it. Right now, Lotus has no choice but to hold all of this.
Yeah,
there is nowhere to go.
He's gaining from those 2 houses next to him, now at level 2.
Oh, interesting. Popped him up to where he got hit by the minion, and that actually lets Lotus escape. That's a big mistake there.
Yeah, he does have that level 3 house a little bit behind him, though.
So for the anti-air gets caught. This is not quite enough, but one more mix-up. DP's out and gets away with it, but then gets caught by the jump kick. A little bit of a scramble there at the end. Lotus comes out ahead. That was, Diamond Dust had complete and total control there. The minion ends up betraying him by knocking Leo out of the untechable finish on the back dust there. And that is just one of the things you have to learn to deal with playing Jacko, is that sometimes minions hook you up. They will bail you out of open situations when you have to block. Sometimes they betray you, and if you don't know how to get those confirms, that's a problem. Calls him out with the shield, but a minion, like right there. That was a full combo. The minion's like, no. Please leave Jacko alone.
Finishes the 3rd Rekka for the first time in this set so far. Catches him off guard, gets the RC. I do like pocketing things like that, especially the character. First is a character you need to hit.
Baited the flash kick, didn't get a knockdown or a good punish off it. You can't afford to let Leos get away with something like that. Some Diamond Dust in a rough spot here. It's caught, this should be enough, and it is. Lotus takes game 1.
One of the things that I saw Lotus do, I thought was really cool, was that he would do Rekka on hit. He would just do 2, and then he would reset.
Sure.
And the reason why is because a lot of the times he was actually next to houses that were maybe level 2 or something like that, and so he would just take the plus frames and reset pressure and then be able to put more normals on top of Jacko, kill the houses at the same time, and just for, I mean, a massive gain for such a small drop in damage.
Yeah.
And very smart. I mean, it means that he's played the matchup quite a few times, because one of the things that Jacko does to you as a player is that he kind of changes your decision-making a lot. And it's one of those things that if you don't have a lot of experience in, you might make the wrong one. I remember one of my favorite players to watch in Jacko players, Pure, is an exceptionally strong player at making you make bad decisions over and over and over again.
So that is Jacko's strength. Jacko is a snowball character.
Yes.
She will force you to play a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more reckless than you would probably like to. Because if you spend too much time being calculated, trying to play really strong footsies, waiting your turn, well, now those houses are leveling up. And that is not a situation you want to be in. Because it doesn't matter what the matchup is. If Jacko ends up with a bunch of level 3 houses and an entire squad of minions bearing down on you, there's no character that has to play. I don't care what you do.
The game is installment at that point. Especially look at the situation that you're getting in where the houses are almost all level 3. Finds the dead angle to get the hit, but nice blitz to return.
Dead angle is an exceptionally strong universal mechanic against Jacko, because unlike a puppet character like Zato, where your dead angle could just be eaten by the puppet, the minions will never eat a dead angle. They will just flash through them. They don't actually take hits. They get a blowback animation when they're hit, but it doesn't actually eat the hit of your move. So a dead angle will always reach through if Jacko is not paying. Same thing with the burst. You can always burst and it will always reach Jacko, even if it hits 5 minions in the process. Nice jump back punch there to get a little bit of space, and it gets Aegis out. Really important for Jacko. So this eliminates Lotus's ability to throw out any kind of projectiles, and now, usually we kind of like, oh, he let it rip. That was a good time to let it rip. You were in the muck. There was nowhere to go. Minions on both sides. Catch him doing anything? He cannot. All right. Good patience there out of Diamond Dust. He does get knocked down. All right.
He'll take that trade because it reset all the minions behind him.
Yes.
And now, with a couple level 3 houses.
Yeah, this is and now Lotus has backed up behind those houses, cornered himself. This is not where you want to be.
Yeah. And he's stacking those houses. He's going to gain so much meter just being in this area. There's so many minions around you.
This is more or less a checkmate situation. You see Lotus just trying to go ahead and flash kick out, which at that point, no reason not to. That was really the only realistic option you had. And props to Diamond Dust for going, I'm going to stay over here. You go ahead and fly up on the screen. We'll put you right back down there, and life's good for me.
Yeah, he actually pulled the screen back. There was a point where there was 2 houses off screen behind him. He set one house, and then he set up Aegis, and he's like, I'm just going to sit here.
Yep.
and I'm gonna let that house get to level 3, and then afterwards actually push the screen forward and then let Leo sit between them, and that I think that won him the round. It was really impressive.
Yeah, right now it looks like there's something to note about Jacko. While Jacko is not considered a universally strong character in Xrd, a lot of people will tell you she's one of the most tilting characters to play against. And you saw that early on in this round, Lotus with a really, really nice burst. And now he's back in the corner. The entire squad is here. There's only one house, so he does finally get out. But he's got a large life deficit to make up here.
Kills one house, but there's the 2 level 3 that are off screen. If he doesn't find the hit,
wow, nice call out on the stand jab. I like it.
Yeah, look, he switches up the situations. Level 3 house, level 3 minions are on their way to give Jacko some assistance.
All right, does dead angle out once he gets enough meter. Baits the DP. This has got to be a... Looking
that
for
is, you have to kill her now.
Yeah. Unsure if he was looking for a burst or what, but it didn't come out, and now, there we go. There's the counter hit. It's going to be really good damage. Probably not enough to finish the job, but one more mix-up. Catches him. Very nice.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, even if you're trying to bait the burst, I feel like you should just eat it.
Yeah.
Just eat it. Like, you don't have to bait every single burst.
No.
The fact that it's not there is such a benefit to you as a character.
Yeah, absolutely. But all's well that ends well. Lotus does put himself on set point. Getting a little bit of mileage out of the Berserker slash now, just kind of dashing in and seeing that can be really effective. But now knocked down, and there's those houses. Oh, actually, might have been an input error there. Accidentally got a house pickup, and that put Diamond Dust in a bad situation. Right now, Lotus looking to close this out. All right, calls him out with Zest.
Yeah, kills 2 big houses.
Yeah. All right, catches him. Puts another house down. Oh, catches him with the dust.
This is big because this combo takes so much time in the air that it lets that house go up to level 3.
Yep.
And it's the K house too. Probably considered the best one.
Absolutely. So right now, and Diamond Dust make the most of this. He's got what he wants. This pressure right now doesn't have a gap so far. Finally gets caught.
Yeah, that level 3 minion on his way.
Yep. What will Lotus do? Yep, has to hold the Calvadros. Gets caught. Oh, not able to finish the job though, and he finally does escape.
No! Didn't check the time.
Nope. And let me tell you, if you do not follow this defense minion explosion, the chip damage is ridiculous. Diamond Dust goes for his first command grab of the entire set and whiffs. Ends up cornering himself. A lot of patience there from Lotus. Just kind of let him jump out and throw projectiles. Kind of surprising from a Leo player. He does get that confirmed, but turns the burst. All right, the houses are down. There is one level 2 already out. Now Lotus has that pressure, is able to get a little bit going. RC is trying to get there. The minions get destroyed. The house gets blown up. Right now, Lotus
finding the hit over and over again. This is rough. He does have that K house to crutch on. He gets the chance.
Lotus thought a reversal was coming out. Backdashes, doesn't matter. Makes his way back in, and he ends up taking this set 2-1. Yeah, really good back and forth.
Yeah, that was cool.
Really good. It's nice to actually get to see the progression of how Jacko is meant to work. You really don't get to see a lot of people who can show you what that character is all about. That whole process of, you know, like you said, the screen movement was really important. Not unlike how Milia needs to keep the pin on the screen so she can go pick it up.
Right.
Same thing for Jacko. She needs those houses on the screen so she can gain meter, has the option to throw them around. So that was really
It's a really cool character. Like, I love dissecting that character because she makes you play different than every other character.
Yeah,
it's the same reason why I liked characters like Baiken and Hanji in other games.
Yeah, for sure.
Same reason.
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah, but thank you guys for tuning in to Frosty Faustings 12. Like I said before, the sponsors here make it possible, make us able to run one of the best tournaments, one of the best Guilty Gear tournaments each and every year.
Yep.
So let's give us a couple seconds to thank them. First off, obviously, Arc System Works is near and dear to all of our hearts. BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle is a game that we have here, and version 2.0 is available on the platforms that you see above.
Yep. And, of course, Accelerate Gaming. Head on over to axelmerch.com. Get some of the nice hoodies. Keep yourself warm because it's Frosty Faustings for a reason. It is mad cold here right now.
Well, the Ready Games compete in mini-games to win cash prizes. You can download it on the Apple Store or Google Play. Use that secret code Frosty to access an exclusive game with a prize pool of $300. Yep.
Naptown Clutch, April 24th, 25th, out in Indianapolis, Indiana. $30 venue fee. Early specials going on now. Get yourself registered. Save a little bit of cash. Tons of different tournaments to enter. Get out there soon.
Second City Smash, play in a huge Smash Ultimate event at Ignite Gaming Lounge. You can qualify for the Second City Smash Series 2 Invitational. Each event has a $1,000 pot bonus and $300 to the top 4 ladder finishers.
Super TSB coming up real soon here, March 6th and 7th, all the way out in New York. Go to SmashGG/Super TSB, get yourself signed up.
From house to house in 5 minutes, create a portable arcade cabinet. Create a portable arcade cabinet to match house consoles. It comes with full arcade sticks on each side for the authentic arcade feel. Tons of customable designs. Go check them out. Game Changers Arcade.
Yep. And every Friday over at Ignite Gaming, the FGC meetups right here in Chicago at night. Really cool venue, host really amazing events all the time. Over there, produced by Low Kick Gaming. Be sure to check them out. Tournaments coming up on February the 7th. Tekken 7, Street Fighter 5, Soul Calibur 6, and of course Guilty Gear Xrd REV 2.
I'm sure if you've been paying attention to the FGC, you know that Grand Blue Fantasy Versus is coming to PS4 in the first quarter of 2020. Make sure you play the demo if you're here. I mean, everybody's clamoring all over it, so I'm really looking forward to what people have to say on it. Representatives from the publisher Xrd will be on site to assist you. Really looking forward to how that game's going to turn out.
Yep. All right. All right, friends, that is the end of this block of pools. Don't go anywhere. We still have plenty of Guilty Gear action left tonight. And, of course, tomorrow is when it really gets going. We're going to have top 48 all the way down to the first Guilty Gear major of the decade. Somebody's walking away with a $1,000 pot bonus and the knowledge of you won the biggest Guilty Gear tournament of the year already. And Faustings is as big as it gets. It is a Guilty Gear haven to be able to put on your mantle if you walk away with that trophy. Don't go anywhere. Thanks so much for watching. Don't go anywhere. See you soon.